Okay, let's see if we can make this work. We're going to go to Create and Edit when we get to Engage. And we're going to go to Load Scene and load the scene called Biodigesters on Mars that I started. And I used the template of Mars. And hopefully things will work. It's a bit kludgy. I tried it in the VR yesterday and the Oculus and had a few issues. And now we'll see what happens here. And my son may interrupt again because he's upset about something. So let's see if I can even make this work. But here I am with this this Marscape that I loaded in. And I've put a few assets in here. I'm using the WASD keys to move around. You can see it says here, click to get an axe. And if I click on it, it says select and nothing happens. And that's because I'm not playing this timeline. I hit escape to get the timeline back. And the timeline is where all this goes on. So let me try a couple of things here. First, I'm going to stretch this timeline out because I can see that not everything came in sync. You can see here that the explosion is coming in a little later. So you really have to pay attention to the scale of the timeline. It's a new concept for me, really, creating a world that has to play. You can see the web URL should be a little bit farther to the left. There we go. And maybe this quiz thing should be a little longer. Some of these things are really messy, but the idea is you go back to frame 0, and I have the Mars Perseverance on the screen, or I should have it somewhere. Where did it go? So obviously that's not been pulled back enough. Let's pull that back. Should work. If I click on here, does it come up? Where is my Perseverance? There's my chicken. There's the Perseverance. Okay. So these are assets that I brought in. And when you click in different parts of the timeline, then you can see where these different assets are laid out. You can also go to the beginning of the timeline and you can hit play. And if you hit play, it'll play through the timeline. You can see I've got an animation going there with keyframes of the Mars Perseverance moving about. And I've got these buttons. And it'll play until it's reached the end of the timeline. And you'll notice that with Perseverance here in track 1, when it gets to the end at about 30 seconds, Perseverance is suddenly going to disappear, but not Mars, because Mars is this persistence thing there. Okay, so Perseverance stopped there. It'll reappear now when I go to here. The web URL fancy frame is that one there. I decided to put in a picture of a biodigester in the hopes that we can help use them to terraform Mars, and we could stand in front of that. And I've got a couple of buttons here as well, which do things. And there's a chicken, and the chicken's all messed up. But you can see if I move it back, the chicken does move, even though he's doing kind of a moonwalk back there. There's the chicken walking up there as we play through the timeline, and then he stops. Because those are all the keyframes that I put in. When you click to get an axe, you get an axe drop. You have to hit play to get these things to happen if they happen. It's obviously not working. The blow it up button is not working. Maybe if I hit escape and get rid of the timeline, sorry. Now there's the axe. Yeah, the axe just dropped over there. And then here's blow it up. And the more I hit blow it up, the more I can get crazy things like that to happen. So there's that axe over there. And that just disappeared. And that just disappeared. Why? Because we're past that part of the timeline. So let's go back to the beginning and hit play again. This time, if I hit escape and I say get an axe, the axe drops over here. Blow it up, still in the same position. Boom, 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 click on that. And the chicken has stopped walking. Meanwhile, Perseverance is back here. It's got its own loop animation, but as you can see, my animation for it started here and then made it move. And I can go and walk around it. So when you enter as an avatar, I guess you'll be entering this loop. I put a timer in here, so a clock, so I know what time it is. 16:21 or 4:21. But yeah, you should be able to do stuff with interaction in here. If I can even get the button to, oh, that one went away. There's the axe drop. Axe drop isn't working. Guess not. Don't know why. There's the axe because it already fell. But go back to the explosion thing, and then when we make the timer go on, and when I hit blow it up, yeah, and we get that and blow up the chicken. So it looks pretty promising. So let me see how we did this. So Perseverance has a keyframe that you can see here, and there's another one at the beginning that you can't quite see. And we go to this gear to open it up, and I can say enable colliders. That means that people can walk on it or bump into it. I hadn't had that before that. It's in world position. I don't do a fade in or fade out. That's the effect. But the Perseverance keyframe is there if I go to keyframes while I've selected it, and you can see here, see if I can show you this, that Perseverance has got a keyframe here and another keyframe there. Now, what if I wanted to make it turn? I could set another place for another keyframe, go to the rotation button, grab the middle not so much. Grab that middle rotation. It's very hard to do in this with a mouse. Grab that and then hit keyframe here. And now what you see is if I drag this, the Perseverance slides over and starts moving. And that's really kludgy, isn't it? Maybe I want to grab all these keyframes and move them over, so the first thing that Perseverance does at the beginning of the animation is turns and then drives to the next position. It's not a perfect editor by any means, and I can't even get in that to highlight it for some reason. Oh, there we go. I can move this back maybe. Yeah, a little bit to tighten up the time. But it does have some potential, and if I go and move down a little later, I can take this and maybe say in 20 seconds, close to 20 seconds, I can add another keyframe and move Perseverance over here and rotate Perseverance. Oops, that's always works, goes too far. There, and then hit a keyframe, and then I should have, yeah, it goes there, and then it turns around. It goes like that. So that's how you do a basic keyframe animation. You can see it's got position Y, position X in there. Rotation is also keyframed by color, and so is scale. I didn't mess with the scale. You can go to this curve editor, which is the dope. The first thing was the dope sheet. This is a curve editor, and you can be much more nuanced with things like the position. So the position X, for example, was in. If I want to change that, I can move it up a little bit. Let's see what that does. Grab the slider. Yeah, so I'm affecting the position X. The rotation's a bit awkward down here, so I can click on that. This is rotation. You can see the yellow line. And then click on it if it'll let me. I think you have to move that off of it, yeah, in order to click on it. And you have these handles, so you can do a little bit more subtlety there. That's pretty bad. So let me see if I go like that. Yeah, so you do have this ability to grab these handles or to grab this and make it more smooth if you want to. That may be a little better. Click on there for the sliding. So that's the kind of thing that you can do. You see that big rotation here is that movement there, and then it's sort of staying there, facing in that direction. So you can do that. If I want to turn it to face the camera again, I can add a keyframe here, I do believe. No, I'd have to go back to here and add my, oh, it did add a keyframe, didn't it? So I could add a keyframe there for everything. go back here, and now if I move this a little bit like that, I should be able to grab this and move it down a little bit. And I guess I'm moving it in the wrong direction. So maybe I need to... is it turning it up here? Yeah, I guess so. And then it'll turn back around. So you can start working on awkward animations like that using the dope sheet and using the curves editor, and then go back to the timeline, and when we hit play here in the timeline, then it's going to start to move, but of course you can move around it with the WASD keys as you go, like that. And there it is, turning, coming around right at us. Alright, so that's kind of neat. Similarly, if I go back to the beginning here...
Daddy!
Yes, Nye?
I want this, Daddy.
Okay, I'll get you there. Just give me a second to finish up, okay? Alright, so if I go around again, here I have these buttons that I put in, and the buttons have effects associated with them. So if we look at the blow it up button, which is this one here, then you can see it's the explosion, it's called. It's an interactive button. If I can get over here to grab it, when you go and click on the little gear, you open it up, I have an explosion and a sound that I added, and I can add other things to it as well. So I'll go to an interactive effect here, and I'll go to explosion and filter, and I have the bio explosion, but I also might want to put in a mana explosion on top of that, and put that mana explosion maybe in a different location. So let's see if I don't know where to put it really. So I put it somewhere and I'm not really sure where, but that mana explosion is associated with it. So there's the mana explosion, and when I click on that, then yeah, it has spawn type once. I'll make it multiple and save the effect. And now when I play the animation and go to the blow it up button and hit escape, so you have to hit escape, then I should, let's see if I can get anything to happen here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I've got that. And it looks like the mana explosion is somewhere else. Yeah, there it is. The mana explosion's in the front. I haven't yet figured out how to make the explosions, to move the positions well. The axe drop is, and that just stopped there, so the axe drop doesn't seem to work after a certain period of time. So we go back to here and we go to the axe drop. The axe drop, it's long, but if I click on this gear for the axe drop, it has an axe that appears, and it says it has an end time of 48 for that. Click to get an axe. I'll try to get a sound effect here. I'll go, not explosion, but I don't know, maybe bounce. Oops, they didn't have a bounce. Nothing. And this thing I keep getting lost with this, but filters aren't well organized. But let's say FX maybe. Grid reference, that doesn't help. Such a sound effect. Sound. Pig sound, river sound, fire burning sound, grizzly bear sound, button sound. Let's try that. Oh, I don't like that. That's a yicky sound. I'll save it anyway. But I think there's a better one to put on here. I can add as many as I like, so let me find something else under sound, and okay, that's weird. I guess you have to search for river sound, and then explosion, sonar, fail trombone. Let's try that. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so now when I hit play, I'll go back to the beginning and I'll hit play. And I see that perseverance moving. I move over. I go to click to get the axe, and what happens? Did the sound, but we don't see the axe anywhere. That's weird. So who knows where the axe is? So sometimes things just don't work for some reason. I haven't really figured that out yet. If we go back to the beginning and hit play, sometimes it does work at the beginning. Nope. So much for the axe. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff here. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. I don't know exactly why. It's a big frustration. The Christmas glass has been plaguing me constantly. I don't know what the deal is with the Christmas glass. That's supposed to be an interactive thing, an interactive physics type, and I told it to have zero gravity and relate it to the user position. So maybe I don't want the user position. Here's world position. And where is that effect? I don't know. It's supposed to be around here somewhere. Unlike Unity or Unreal Engine, oh, there's the glass. It's way down there. This doesn't really have a good way to snap to that I can find. And it doesn't come up. It's like it's there, but how the hell do you, how do you find it? Like that's it right there, and then I can't really get at it to do anything with it. F doesn't focus on it. I'm on the Christmas glass. If I go to move the glass, nothing happens. If I go to select it, nothing happens. It's really a bit disconcerting. That's with zero gravity, no physics. Save the effect relative to world position and user position is all we have. And there's no way to place it easily. So I can't really account for it. I'm supposed to be able to zoom up at it. There's the glass, as you can see, and then if I grab it, ain't nothing happening. So good luck with that one, because that one's really weird. But it does have one in it. The chicken down here, the chicken is the same thing. You go and you have the ability to create keyframes where the chicken went. Probably crossed the road for all we know. Let me get up in the air here and see if I can find the chicken. Where are you, chicken? There's the chicken. So the chicken's up here in the air somewhere. And that's not great. So the displacement in Z is the problem. Whatever happened in Z. So if I can get in here and select Z and delete it, and select Z and delete it, and select Z and delete, and select Z and delete, and then select Z and delete, then if I get rid of the chicken's Z-axis, the chicken should be on the ground. But he's not, or she's not, she's a chicken. Go to my gizmo, go to up and down gizmo, and then bring the chicken to the road. I think E makes you go down, the E key, and now, there, the chicken's on the road. Oops, and it's way up in the air when I play it again because that's where I guess it was. So where's the position Z? It doesn't really give you a sense of that. So I guess you have to set the keyframe or whatever default it had. Oh, there's a Z right way back here. That was a mess. All right, so it was using can't even get at it. It was this one here. There we go. Now the chicken completely disappeared. That's not good. Let me Control Z on that. Let's grab that, and let's find that chicken. There he is, freaking out. Click on the chicken. It seems like there's a glitch. And this all it could all be due to the fact that I don't have good internet. Because that chicken is definitely glitched. I don't know how to stop it from glitching. Yeah, it looks like it's really slow. Really slow. You can see that. So, I'm not able to grab it because of these problems. I'm going to save anyway. And, come on. Yeah, you can see it's just, my mouse is disappearing. It's got to be either a memory issue or an internet issue. So now if I go to chicken, can I find the chicken? I wish there was a way to zoom in on the chicken. But you really can't. You should be able to, like, hit some key and focus on that particular item.
Daddy!
Yeah, Nai.
I want this, Daddy.
What do you want, Nai? There's the chicken way up there in the sky. And I'm going to bring the chicken down here. Edit the gizmo. Bring the chicken down. Come on, let me bring it down. There we go. Bring it down onto the ground. Okay. So now the chicken's on the ground. I will hit a keyframe. And there it came in, that blue dot. I'm going to get rid of all these other keyframes on the other side because they're a pain. If they'll let me. Yes, okay. Delete. I said delete. You can let me delete? It's not going to let me delete. Delete. There we go. All right, now let me save it. And when I play, that chicken is still climbing up in the air. Okay, that is weird. Oh, he goes down and goes up and goes down and goes up. That is so weird. That chicken is doing weird things. Why? So, let's look at this keyframe thing, keyframe editor. Where is the chicken? He's down here on the ground, and then he starts to rise up and up and up. Somewhere in here, there must be a weird keyframe. So maybe what we have to do is get rid of all the other keyframes. And now he's just pecking, but he isn't moving. All right. Well, then we can grab him and move him and hit keyframe. Yeah, okay, so he walks over, but then he sort of starts again. Oh, highly bizarre. So this is really kludgy. When we go over here, we see that we have "17 seconds up to a minute," and then he goes back. So hard to figure out. Position. There's a bunch of stuff going on here. All these are... And it doesn't let you highlight or unhighlight. So I'm not really pleased with that. Oh, we did some weird stuff there. I'm going to get rid of all that. I turned him upside down and God knows what. There he is. And he's flip-flopping around. like it wants to fly. Alright, back to here. Yeah, there's that whole mess back here. Okay. So once again, let's grab this chicken. Let's grab the gizmo, if it'll let us. And then sometimes it just doesn't let you grab the gizmo. Yeah, definitely having problems here. Alright. Grab him with the move tool, and then I can move him along the road. And then I can, whoops, didn't want to turn that. Then I can come over here and make a keyframe. And then he walks about. Yeah. He just keeps repeating that. So, yeah, there's definitely some problems here, but you get the idea of what can be done. So I have to figure out a couple of different things here. First of all, let me go back into here and let me go back to my timeline. And one of the things that may be wrong is that the chicken isn't playing long enough. So we need to let the chicken play. Go back to the beginning, hit play, come here, zoom in. Now he still just keeps looping back and forth, so we'd have to fix that. Click to get an axe. The axe doesn't do anything. Too bad. Blow it up. Does work. Okay, so that's fine. So there's some problems here, which we'll have to deal with. And I want to go into VR and try this, but I'm going to save this. What I'm having great frustration with, and I can get some of these basics down. I can't even get the mouse to show up. Ugh. But what's a pain is I can't do a recording. You're supposed to be able to record this as you play through, and when I click record, nothing happens at all. And I've waited and waited to see. I can refresh. There's no way to do a recording, and I'm in the Plus program, so that's a bummer. I can do trigger. That's what I did. These are the triggers. There's not a lot of tutorials involved. They have some tutorials you can see here under tutorials, and I've watched all of them. I watched the quick start guide, advanced IFX, gizmos, keyframe animation, triggers, and recordings. I've watched the recordings. These are the videos that are available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're using an outdated version of the interface, so that gets confusing a little bit. But yeah, it's I've gone as far as I can, and I've done everything right, but recording isn't working. I did even create a new folder for recordings, and I called it TH Recordings, and I saved it. And what happens when you do that is, not only is it empty, but when you go in to try to record, you don't even get the option to record. It just says this folder is empty. So that's not helpful. I'm going to delete this folder because there's no recordings in it. Yeah, because recordings just is not working. There's a thing called the record puppet, which would be compelling. It looks like it's going to work. It says recording starting in 3, 2, 1, and then it's supposed to be starting, and it says recording started. Maybe it'll work this time. It didn't work last time. Now it just went away. Click to get an axe. Didn't do anything. So axe is gone. Blow it up. Does work. And our perseverance is moving around. So I'm supposed to be able to record all of this, and there's no way to stop the recording. So yeah, I don't know. Because now when I go to recording, if that was the recording, then when you hit recording, you should see it. But no recordings are playing, nor was there a recording to have. So I don't understand it. That was the record puppet. Let me hit the C key to get the way. There's IFX options, which uses animation overrides. I tried that with the chicken. I wanted to use it, and I said, okay, chicken death. We have to go to the chicken to see it, what it looks like. And supposedly, you can see things like, okay, that's chicken get hit. That's idle eat. This is run. This is run angry. This is sit on. This is walk. This is death. But you do a start time and an end time. Like if I said 10 seconds in and let it end at 15 seconds, chicken gets hit, and then you'd think it would play. Save the effect. But I don't see it happening. I see it just walking. You get into 5 seconds, go to 10. That's when it should act like it got hit, and it didn't. So I'm not really sure how that's supposed to work. I tried to put a quiz in. There's this thing called quizzes, and it's for teachers. Can't be taken or viewed inside the content creator. But if I wanted to add a recording, yeah, nothing happening there. So forget that. So forms, not at all sure how we're supposed to do that. And then there's interactive. That's what the wine glass was. But they're all supposed to be interactive. So cloning is like taking the chicken and making a clone of the chicken. That gives you 2 chickens, and then I'd have to go in and make it move its position. So there's another chicken. So I can name these chickens differently. If I go to the widget, which doesn't open now. Okay. Come on. Let's try this chicken. Yeah, something ain't right here. If I move this chicken, move it over there or over here. Oh shoot. And then click on it. They're like in different places now. Yeah, so I'm not really sure. It could be a memory thing. It's not letting me get in to edit anything. But I'll save it. And maybe it'll work later. Alright, so that's the basic idea of this. What I'm curious about then is how do you go into it as an avatar? Because I've got this in content creation, and now I can exit. And having exited and reloading, now we are at So I could start a session, but I don't think I can do my own. There's Mars, no scenes for search. Sort by date added. There's no scenes for this search. There's no scenes. Filter tags, yeah. That's public, so that's not going to help. That would be if I wanted to start that. So hitting escape doesn't help here. Am I stuck now? No? Okay. Ain't nothing happening here. I can't get out of this. For some reason. Yeah, nothing happening here. That just turns off my mic, but it's not working at all. This is a refresh, and it's not. There's no way to get in or out of it. It just shows you the different sessions that you can load, and mine is not there. I mean, there's cool stuff in here, absolutely, but I can't get in and edit my own sessions. I go home, go to content. There's content, but it's somebody else's again. Public. Experience recording. Activity. Lesson. So we can watch some lessons here. And experience lesson, recording, and activity. So there's some cool stuff there, there's no question. But my own avatar, really creepy looking, because I used a picture. I'm gonna turn, well, I'll keep my face on, but it's really creepy. Explore link. It's the link thing. And I don't know where this goes. So it doesn't give you obviously where to go. So if you start a session, then it's all going to be public stuff. It's not going to be the stuff we just created. And I used Martian Surface. So that's what I used. Start session, just me. I don't think I can play my thing. Maybe it just lets you play around.
This time.
I'll get to you, son. Hold on, son. Okay. Takes a long time. So they have their own Mars thing that has the Perseverance on it, but it doesn't have anything that I put in it. All right, teleport, interact. And now I'm moving about as an avatar, and I can teleport to places. So while that looks superficially similar to what I was doing, it's not the same. Session settings. I can create in the session settings. Create effects. 3D voice, 3D pen. That's kind of cool. Let people create that. Summon people, users, me. This thing here says recording. No recordings are playing. Record. Who do you want to record? Just myself. Let's see if this does anything. Well, we're recording something and we're not sure exactly what. Active. I'm going to close this. If this is a recording that I would be walking about, do experiments. Some kind of interactive button there, which is pretty cool. So that's their own thing. All right, but what do you do to stop the recording? No recordings are running, recording, and then hit stop. Stop. Save as Mars TH test. Record. 1. Okay. And save to device. Now, when you play it, if you load it, let's see if we just do play. Well, we're recording something and we're not sure exactly what. Active. I'm going to close this. If this is a recording that I would be walking about, do experiments. Some kind of interactive in there. So that's cool. It did record me, huh? So it's their own thing. All right, but what do you do to stop the recording? Recording is running, recording, and then hit stop. Stop. And then the guy goes away. Somehow I played a recording over this, so I'm not familiar with the concept really so well. So device, that was my recording. Could be another one. Shared screen. Okay. Can do that in here. There is also web IFX content. So content, device storage, biodigester on Mars. Let's see what happens. There's my biodigester on Mars. Where are you? But why are you here? Oh, I put that there. This is the quiz. Oh my gosh, I created this quiz because of you. Alright, submit answer. Answer submitted. Go on. When is sustainably bad? Submit answer. Incorrect. Why is that bad? Exit to menu. Okay, interesting. Ah, well this is what I created. Oh, look at that. Alright, so now I'm able to enter it as an avatar. Click to get an axe. And it didn't say a darn thing. And the Perseverance rover is in there. Ah, that's because I spent my time taking the quiz, probably. Let's see. If I go back to... Isn't that interesting? So go to device storage, redo it, load it, and then stop delivering. Forget the quiz. There we go. Alright, here's what I created. Not bad. Alright, so boom. That works. Boom. Alright. The axe. There it is. The axe did appear. Alright, so I'm starting to make my own world now. My rover had stopped by that point we got there. And then things are just what they are. But I can bring people into this world and show them the pictures that I want. And then I guess you can do this live. So this is a world that I've built. Chicken just disappeared, and then it plays until it goes out. The wine glass never appeared, did it? Now these things are going out. Let's see, if I redo it, I can't get in there. What if I re-enter it? Biodigester on Mars, load it. Stop that. Is the line glass anywhere? No, apparently not. The axe, oh, the axe appears behind there, that's why. That's where the axe is. Alright. Okay, well that's pretty cool. I can do quizzes, I guess. This is not bad. We'll try this out with other people. Forms. Quiz, test. You can edit the form here. Learning quiz, questions. This is what I did. Why are you here? So if I wanted to add a question, I can add a question that is humor. Your question text. What makes climate change so funny? And go for multiple choice and say, because you have to warm to it. Add because just be the cause. One of these is considered right. They're all right. That I see. Interesting. Add. Shut up. It isn't funny at all. And then having that marks, what does that mean? To information. Marks awarded for correct answer. Ah, interesting. All right, so we've created that. This would be a way to save it. Save the question. All right. So there's that. Add info slide. Title for the slide. Climate change on Mars. Text, my first slide. Should we change the climate on Mars? And then save. Submissions. Back to list. No forms available. All right. So do experiments was there. Thing is moved. Deliver the test. Just myself. Confirm. Are you here? None of your business. And it's just submitted. Go on to the next one. Answer. Oh, yeah, whatever. Incorrect. Thought I said it is correct. Whatever. Okay, submit quiz. And I got not marked total correct, blah, blah, blah. Exit to menu. Well, that's interesting. It has a 3D pen. I guess you can draw. Web browser. So I guess if you put the web browser, then you can put the web browser in there. And where does it go? Web browser audio isn't shared. That's fine. Terraforming Mars. So that doesn't even come up in there. Oh, yes, it does. Just takes a while. There's a lag. There's a board game called Terraforming Mars. That's cool.
Whoa. Huh?
Yeah. So I don't know who sees this. Like when this is up there, where are you seeing that? This I do not know. This I do not know. But you can share it, and then I don't know how people see it, but I guess they do. And then here, shared screen. Maybe that's how you share it? Hard to know. This is so kludgy. No, nothing really there. Okay, what if I were to go and put up a different world, though? There's form, users, locations. What's that doing? Oh, yeah. So if I did a Sky Hotel, do I really want to do that? Now I want to see what the 360 video room looks like. Confirm. See what this does. It seems to load. Takes its time to load. Alright, so there we are. I see, you can do different things like sharks. Suggested videos. Let that load. Here we go.
Should I refresh? Follow it. It's good news.
So we can meet in here in the 360 video, obviously.
Fantastic. Great white. I'd say around 5 meters. That's pretty close. Sharks have amazing sensors.
But what if I were to load my own content while this is happening?
That huge liver fuels long, non-stop migrations.
It just supersedes that for the duration of that, I guess. Yeah, so what I recorded now, it's not going to leave me on Mars, though. It's probably just going to play through once and then just be static. So let's see. Let's see what that does. Yeah, there's my thing. Oh no, what did it do? Oh yeah, I gotta stop delivering. Don't need that. Here's my content. My rover moving about. A chicken should be walking around. There should have been two of them, I thought, but not necessarily. My rover's doing that. Come over here. Click to get an axe. The axe drops over there. Wah, wah, wah. Throw it up, goes on there. Missed the chicken, of course. And then it goes away. So all those things are at the end of their timeline, so they disappear. And then the rest of the session, I guess, the rest of the session you're only left with your static assets until it runs out. Alright. Yeah, that one just ran out. And then the quiz comes back and doesn't have to. Alright. And that's locations, that's content, there's visual effects, because in the middle of all this you can always add a, you can add a dump truck, of course, if you want. Because we all know we need dump trucks on Mars to clean up the trash and put them in Martian landfills. That's the only way that we're going to be able to terraform if we want to make it look like Terra, make it look like the Earth, is by putting a lot of garbage there. So this takes a while for big models. But this is live stuff, so it's doing this while we're moving about. And then we can decide what we want to put where. But it won't save it, I guess. This is not like the content creation that I did before. Just let it finish loading. There it is, and then put the dump truck down. Yeah, nice. So we can put that in there. Anybody can do it, and then we've got... Oh, it's a cement mixer. It's not a dump truck. You do? You do? All right, hold on a second. I'll get it for you, and then I'll come back to doing what I'm doing. Which one do you want? This one. This here? Sightseeing tour? Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Is that it? No, which one is it?
This.
This one here? Yeah. Okay. That one good? Yeah. That one? Okay. So, so you can put these effects in. I'm not sure what snapshots is. Snapshots. Create a snapshot, see it listed here. Just my IFX includes shared IFX. Confirm. My snapshot one is fine. And then whatever the snapshot is, I don't even know what it looks like. Load. Load in original location. No, just load. Let's see what that is. I don't know what happened to it. My snapshot. Whoops. Gizmo ungroup share. I don't know what share does. I'm sure not. I have to learn more about that, what that is. And then...
Vicky may come for a little bit.
Who's that?
Vicky has something
Vicky.
to do tonight, so she may...
Okay. So maybe when you take a snapshot, it takes a snapshot. Maybe that is a an effect that you can drop in somewhere. So when you go to a different world, let's see what that looks like. So if we go to a different world location, leave Mars, and go to the, let's go to, let's go to virtual Mice Town. See what that does. Yeah.
Do you want us to save this one or this one? No, give one to Vicky.
Give her the almond one.
So to save this for us.
Yeah. All right, so now, yes, Nine. Oh, Mom will have to fix that for you. I'm recording. I just fixed it for you. You know what? Click on, move your mouse cursor up, and then click on the window. You just use your finger on the board, on the on the trackpad. Now it's not a touch screen, it's a. Okay, you don't know how to do that? All right, hold on a second. Oopsie.
No, I don't want
You don't know how to do it?
Daddy.
Right here, you go like this. You go here, you put your finger here and go up to there. There you go.
And this side.
This one?
This
All right, do that. There you go. Let's count the cars.
He missed seeing Cindy.
Oh, darn. Did you guys cover the trees?
I covered your dreadnought trails.
Beautiful, thank you.
I mean,
All right,
just
so-
the roots.
Now that we have this location, if we go to session
Do you want
settings,
ABC pizza? They're going to get OPC pizza.
they don't have any gluten-free, I'm sure.
Can
Snapshot,
you
shared
check?
screen, recording. You can bring in a recording. So here, I guess you can do a recording. Yeah, we did that, didn't we?
Can you check?
Device. The device has the Mars test record that I did. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe it just doesn't record from that.
Yeah, Vicky's
Ones.
coming. You can, yeah,
Notes.
Vicky's here, okay?
Oh, I have my own. Yeah. So when you want to create something, sticky note, new note, climate change, class script 1.
I know.
Save the note.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
This is
your
the one I
thing
did 2
worked,
years
yeah?
ago.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. View. You can view it like
Nice.
that.
Show me known, Vicky. Is it a
Okay.
Hey, Nye.
Show Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
Show Vicky's a hot like.
Let
Come
me
here.
see. Link.
Did
I
he
have a
pee?
surprise for
Recording.
you.
He peed
Shared
on
screen.
himself, huh? Show Vicky.
Share my desktop. Oh, that's good. Share video links. My video
You know
links.
Thomas?
Oh, wow, nice.
Is it from Peter?
هذا لا من فيكي.
This is for you.
هذا من فيكي.
Now,
هدية من
snapshots.
فيكي.
If you share a
You
snapshot
can open it.
in here
What's in it?
and load
It's
it
to watch. I think that one's a
and
video.
hit load, what
Thomas.
happens? Oh, that's the snapshot.
These are all
More
I
movies.
see. So that was what it was used as the snapshot.
Movies,
So you
huh?
can have different things that you wanted to load. Oops, that just disappeared. No, it didn't.
I don't think there's a book in that, but there's a.
Oh, is that Thomas?
Uh-huh.
Ah,
Look. Let's look in the bag.
that's the first
Okay,
one.
snapshots.
Yeah,
We
wow.
also
Look
load
in the bag. Lots of Thomas.
this snapshot.
Oh, this is Thomas origin.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
another.
Thank you, Vicky.
It's another
It's a lot.
another dump truck.
Wow.
So I wonder what that means. A snapshot
Sweet rain.
doesn't
Lady.
do everything.
That's lady,
Just
right?
does what you put in, I
You're
guess.
not asking me, right?
Has a name. It's
You
written.
can load the snapshot
Oh,
in.
look at the Thomas looks transparent.
I wonder if you put in, if we put
Color of Thomas.
a
These are really
helicopter.
good.
And this is just
In
what he
here.
had left. Like
The one
he
he
had
has.
bunch. Like she gave a lot away before.
This is
You know what
really
snapshots
super.
really has to do with.
This one, look, with
This comes with.
cargo.
So there's a
Yeah,
helicopter.
it's a cargo.
Oh. Okay.
And if we also bring in
Wow, these
Oops.
are fancy.
we bring in a,
Wow.
Dimitrodon.
Cards.
Oh, God. This is sweet. You see, it says Pansy or Lady? This is another wagon.
What do you
See,
see?
Edge, look what Vicky got now.
What is that?
Lots of Thomas videos.
Oh,
and-
that's wonderful.
Okay, a
Tracks.
track. Uh-oh, you want to see a track now, Nye?
Look.
Look.
Airplane.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Okay, so a Dimitrodon
Tracks.
Wow.
and a helicopter.
Wait,
So I
just
think
wait
if
to
I
take
now
it
go
out.
to,
Because it's lots of tracks. We might have to leave
Snapshots.
this outside.
Oh,
I can get this to work,
is that a train there?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the Polar Express.
and take a snapshot.
Lord.
Yeah.
Just my
They
effects.
Loading it out?
Let's see, that should have those three in there. And we'll call this
There is a little space here.
helicopter
Do you,
cement truck
George Knight peed on himself.
I know.
The bathroom.
Oh,
Track.
Dimitrodon.
Yeah?
Lots of train track. I'm not sure how big it is. Lots of train track.
Would you help with
That's saved to the device. Hold on a second. Now if I go to a different
Are you
world
counting 9 tracks?
and I go to a
10. Oh! Show mommy that train.
supposing I go to Pompeii.
That's a big train.
Big tree? Oh. I can
So much, thank you very much. It's a lot of
Oh.
toys
This
and
is
trains.
another tree.
So nice
I think
of
there's
you.
more.
Wow. Whoa.
So now I confirm that, and I end up in Pompeii.
Whoa. It has berries in it.
It has batteries, yeah. And here's another battery, but I'm not sure. Probably if we take, I'm sure everything is there if we take everything out.
Oh,
And a ball too. Got all kinds of
and then
treats.
one track.
Another track.
Alright, so I'm in Pompeii,
Three tracks.
and I go down to the bottom here.
Five.
Maybe I jump over, it won't let me jump over, so I can't do that. Maybe if I beam, yeah, beam down there with the right mouse button. I'm in Pompeii. Now if I load in,
Not
a
sure
snapshot.
if ABC has gluten-free pizza, right?
I can call and ask.
It has PH.
recording, go to device.
Come and
Or you can look
That's
online.
my
We can look
Mars
online.
one, so that's
Don't
not it.
look online. We have
Shared
our-
screen, no.
I have a space
Web,
here
no.
if you guys want to put
Okay.
IFX snapshots.
Let me see. I'm
So
not sure
now
what
if I
that
go to
is. Let me
helicopter
look.
train jump stuck and load it, and I load it not in the original
That's
location
like
but
a-
right here,
It looks like a lady.
and let's see if all three
A
of those
lady.
come in.
the name of the train, yeah, lady.
Oh, okay.
It's actually written on it.
Oh, there's the dump truck. There's the Dimitrodon. And the helicopter. Where's
Can you
the
take all those
helicopter?
tracks to mommy? Because she took them all out of the box. Actually, there's more.
So,
Oh, that's a train.
how do you
Lots
grab
of
these
tracks
things?
now.
I know. I remember when we were outside that day.
Let's eat Thomas.
Okay.
Thomas.
I think there's
Notes,
space for
link.
that, so we can bring
All right.
IFX. Is there IFX for sure?
He actually didn't tell you, PP?
No, he didn't tell me.
Yeah, did you check? Did you ask him if he wants to?
No.
Told him to.
So-
I'm not sure if it's also on the.
Something weird going on here. Maybe the helicopter is blocked by something else. It's,
Help mommy with those tracks.
and I don't know how to grab the things.
Help
I
mommy.
go
Give her
up
those black
here,
tracks. Hand them
What
to her.
happens if I then
Had to be.
Hand
load
her those.
the
Yes.
snapshot
Oh, there are batteries.
again
too.
here?
I know. Here's another battery, but I want to hand it to. Give this to mom. Or
Thank
I
you.
don't want to.
These are rechargeable, right?
This I can move.
Tracks. Maybe this is a
Give it to
black
mommy.
track.
Give it to mommy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't see a helicopter in here. So I'm not sure why. Maybe it has to be in the view for it to load, or
Yeah,
maybe it's
if
not
there is,
shared.
we can
Give mommy the tracks.
with you.
And once you have it loaded,
Actually,
oh, I
no,
see.
there's
You
more.
can move it,
Oh,
Wait, give her the ones on the floor, and I give her
and
the
you
ones on
can
the floor.
share it
Those.
too.
Give mommy those.
So tight. THL. Ouch.
But I don't know how to get at this one here.
Give mommy the tracks.
oh, Thomas.
Hi, do you have gluten-free pizza? Okay, thank you. Yes, they just offer it in small though.
Yeah. All right,
Nye, are you giving
locations,
mommy the track?
people,
You're standing on it.
Hats, mama.
actions.
One more. I see one more. Look, Nye, one more.
All right. So
Okay,
this
now
is
give mommy the box.
Baby.
interesting.
Nye, give mommy the box. More tracks
To
in the
say the
box.
least.
Give to mommy.
Wow.
And
That's a lot of tracks.
shared screen.
Like, did you
Share
check
my
out?
desktop. View desktop. Select
Come
the
in.
screen.
Mhm. He likes it.
And there we go.
Wow.
That's being shared.
That's a scooter. That's a good
Ooh,
one.
that's
Yes,
really
that's
messy.
what it is. Yeah.
It's a real, like, good
Yes, yes. So,
one. Wow.
and you can lower the handlebar.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
he gets older,
Here on YouTube.
get it. These are
My
nice.
video links.
You like all those trains, Nye?
They-
I don't know where this is shared is the thing.
Those are cars. Yes, they are.
Thank you, Vicky.
You're welcome.
Who sees this and where do they see it is the question. Oh, it plays on that screen in
It's
there.
great to incorporate VR,
Cool.
any type of technology into learning and education.
You like the dog?
It opens
Okay,
up access
so
to all
you
those
definitely
different
have
worlds and
lessons
just
in
be there with
here.
your classmates and learn together.
This is very
But somewhere
useful.
you never would have been able to go to before.
I'm teaching vital subjects, climate change mitigation and
Her son.
food, energy, water, and zero waste nexus thinking, envisioning sustainability. So my goal is to make my classes as exciting as National Geographic. The classroom is always constrained by the mere fact that you're in a room looking at a two-dimensional plane and you need by next week to know this material in this way. So I bring these tools in and it's almost like the tools end up
But
teaching
how do you make it
class
stop?
because they liberate.
You can pause it.
Her son. He's on the
Still
spectrum,
stays on the
Michael.
screen
He's
here.
like 13. But
What
this is
she was doing?
selling the dog.
And when you hit
Yeah.
escape,
It matters.
Yes, that's
you would
That's
go back
different.
to,
Thank you.
the older boy.
you hit
the
stop,
bigger one,
no,
Yeah.
you
he's
go
on the
back to
spectrum,
here,
He's always been
exit
obsessed.
my
And she
video
cleaned out
link,
his room
shared
yesterday, but she
screen,
told him he was doing it,
and
that
close
some toys
that.
have to go. Like,
Yeah.
Interesting.
and but he used to have like,
Okay,
I can't
video
tell you how
link,
much
shared
Thomas could
screen.
trade. Yeah, and now he just has less, and she
But
just tries
now-
to take it away a little at a time.
He wants
When you
Too
go
old for Thomas
to
to train,
Yeah.
the
You
widget,
can't
or you can
store
take a
everything.
screenshot that way,
Yeah.
you can do
This is why I
emotions or
have
raise your
taken
hand.
some and
Yeah,
we'll see.
Okay, and
We
you
don't buy
can
him stuff
go
anymore, but
here,
train
set
now is
height
we have enough.
controls.
like?
Okay. Not
He
bad.
has Sandy in the yellow one, the crane. It's I forgot to bring it with me.
Oh,
It's on the picnic
look,
table
it's
by the house.
batteries.
Yeah, he takes him outside and he sometimes doesn't bring.
I know.
So what we're having trouble with is moving this up here.
Some of it
Yeah,
Okay,
heavy.
let's see.
I think these go together.
Yeah.
See how this has a hinge? I think it
Okay.
slides.
These two.
So the shared screen, the recording.
I don't know. Has a chimney, yes it does.
Mhm. Well, then that implies that if we were to record something here and record
Then
everyone,
we have a DVD player.
hit record, and then
Had a film, right?
if we were to go to the shared screen, so the recording is started, if we are to go to shared screen and
Mine had a.
share my video links here,
Very good. I can't see because
I
you're
should
not
be able to
holding
go
it up. Let me
forward.
see. That is Thomas.
Virtual classroom. And not only can you start placing all of the sustainability
So,
technologies and
recording
ideas
this.
in world, but you can fly. And we all were prepared in the late 90s, early 2000s. One day we'll be able to teach these courses like this. And here in 2020, we're there. We've gone to the moons of Jupiter. We've gone
So I guess it's
undersea
just
to look at
recording
plastics
everything.
in the ocean and swum
It's
around,
3D.
turtles getting entangled. Humans
I
are
don't know what
hungry
it's all
for
seeing. Maybe me
experiences
jumping
that
around,
give them
maybe trying to
that
fly,
information.
maybe me moving myself here and there.
VR lets you not just walk around, fly around. It lets you touch,
So-
move, size, change the scale,
If
rotate.
it's recording
You start
that,
getting physically involved. Students that have both experiences, real world and virtual world, understand concepts and do
Alright, so
better
then you
than
can
those who
stop
have
the
just one
recording.
or the other. That's
Is that good?
because it is recording now,
You like that knife?
and then
Thank you. And
capturing everyone. Okay, stop.
I wrapped
Now
it
save
just
this
to-
as
I have to hide it from
Everyone-
myself.
Olympia
He
test,
also
Yes.
and it saves the
stop.
device.
wouldn't want to eat something
Alright.
else.
So if you load it,
Thank you. This is
Say,
nice.
Mommy, here's a good
Advanced
trash bag.
playback.
Repurpose it.
no recorded media, recorded
you want,
effects. Okay, all that goes in there.
ABC pizza.
Yeah, sure. No recorded toggles, enable avatar sound, emoji. Okay, so all that can be in there.
Join there.
When you play it,
I'll ask her.
If she
you can
wants,
do it,
yeah,
edit recording,
I'll come with her.
edit
Okay.
the avatars,
Let me out.
place the main voice,
Yeah.
Oh,
Little twist.
turn on all those effects.
later, die.
I'll take this to
Okay,
the
there's no
shelf.
changes here. So I guess the last thing before we wrap this up is to see then this recording, which I was unable to do when I was in the actual user content edit thing, to see if we end this session, And then we go to the content creation. Are those recordings available? So maybe the recordings all come from live sessions so that you can edit them. So I go to create and edit. I can go to load my scene biodigestor on Mars. I'm beginning to understand this a lot better now. And it is fascinating. It is a fascinating concept to use the ability to create recordings, spatial recordings. This is the thing that makes it so different. So now when I go to recording, if I want to bring in a recording, yep, there they are. If I bring in the Olympic test, what does that do though? I bring it on Mars.
The recording is started. We are to go to shared screen and share my video links here.
Very good.
But where's that screen? It must have shown up as a recording in here. There it is, Olympia test. So
the shared screen, so the recording is started. We are to go to shared screen and
the recording is just
share
of
my
me.
video links here.
That's me now.
Alright, now should be able to go forward. Getting into the virtual classroom. And not only can you start placing all of the sustainability and technology here in the world, but you can fly. We all were prepared.
The helicopter was there, it was just way over there.
And here in 2020, we're there. We've gone to the moons of Jupiter.
Fascinating.
We've gone undersea, recording everything in the ocean and swum around. Humans are following what it's all seeing.
Absolutely fascinating.
Myself here and there. VR lets you not just walk around.
That means if I were to get in here,
Scale, rotate.
It's a lady.
if I go back here,
Where's my phone?
I don't know. Obviously, the explosion will take place. Try to blow myself up now.
Shared screen and
Try to blow myself up.
here.
And axe fell.
Now should be able to go forward.
But that's got collision. The other thing doesn't.
And not only can you start placing all of the
But what would
sustainability.
happen if I then put in an IFX and I put in a screen, whiteboard, web URL image, blank board, screen, the screen come up, video screen, well, let's put it in. Oh yeah, it does play, look at that. So because that was part of the broadcast, when the video screen comes in,
Go to shared
I think I
screen.
put it in too late. Where did
Share
I
my
put
video links here.
it? You got one more fruit?
Alright.
So is
Now
that
should be able to go
archery?
forward. And not only can you start placing all of the sustainability technologies and
There it is.
ideas in the world,
So I'm recording this.
So it did record that.
prepared in the late 90s, early 2000s. One day, we'll be able to teach these courses like this.
That's
Here in
fascinating.
2020,
Okay, now I'm beginning to see the power.
we've gone to the moons of Jupiter. We've gone undersea to look at plastic in the ocean and swum around.
Yeah, from the hands of the right creators. A very powerful tool.
Me, myself, here and there. Walk around, fly around. It lets you touch,
It's been
move,
glitchy, but I think it's going to be really good once we have good bandwidth. So where did that? I don't even know where that screen came from. Perseverance, axe drop, Christmas glass, quizzes, digital clock, explosion, chicken. Oh, there it is. Video flat screen. So if I put that in at the beginning, then it can play through. There it is.
Recording is started. We are to go to shared screen and share my video links here.
Very good.
There it goes.
Alright.
Don't play
Now
there.
should be able to go forward.
Nope. Fascinating.
And not only can you start placing all of the
So I see the power of
sustainability
recording.
technologies
So
and
I'm
ideas
recording
in the
this.
world, but you can fly. We all were prepared in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, this is really powerful. This is really good. So I can even then put the Mars test record in there. But here I can edit the recording, replace the main voice, and you can select an audio file. I don't have an audio file. Or if I did, then I could replace the audio. Since I don't, you can edit the avatars, but there's only one avatar. And so I don't need to edit it. But I can load it on top. Yep,
Well,
there it is.
we're recording something, and we're not sure exactly what.
So this is another test, but where's that coming in?
Whoa.
Go to shared screen and share my links here.
Okay, how do I put that down? I'm trying to grab this. It's
All
not
right.
easy.
I should be able to go
So that's Mars test record
And
is
not only
there.
can you start placing all of the sustainability,
So that's
all were prepared in the late 90s, early 2000s. One day we'll be able to be recording courses like this. We're there.
yeah, I thought you said yes.
We've gone to the moon.
No,
We've gone undersea. Recording that I was
So this guy's walking around on Mars.
for experiences. I don't know what it's all seeing. Maybe interacting there with myself here and there.
And if you recorded this, we'd have me and the other guys. So you could just do an infinite number of recordings. Except I'm not in play mode to record. But that's how you could act with yourself. Alright, that is pretty fascinating. And I guess that'll wrap it up for now. I guess I've learned quite a bit here. So I'm going to... There's nothing to save. Well, I guess there is if I want to save all those tracks. And... Alright, so this is powerful. Oh, the way I was going to say, yeah, the last thing to test is to leave this. If I can. If I can get over here. The mouse is really kludgy. So how do you get out? Oh, you go out here. Right here. End the session. And then, as you know, all of that I crammed into that recording now is my world that I can play with. So if I were to start a session, and I can say that I want to... no, was that the way to do it? It might be. Go to a construction site. Start the session with others. Start it and make it my first test session for envisioning sustainability.
Yeah, I just came back.
And there's no password. And then hey, Mom.
Look what, yeah, Vicky just got now all of these trains. Thomas from her friend, her neighbor, she has a son who's 13, and she doesn't want him to keep all the Thomas stuff he has, so she started giving it away.
So we'd start a session at this construction site, and people could join, and we talk about construction.
These from Vicky.
And they can be on their PCs, they can be on their tablets, they can be on their phones, they can be anywhere. And we can meet here and start talking. And then, when we hit escape, we should be able to load content. And some of that content in device storage would be my biodigester in Mars. So if I load that, it'll probably replace this. Yes, it will. Alright, so, but people can probably stay in the session. That's probably how, when Engage took us at the Orlando AR VR conference, they started in a conference hall and then took us to a burning building. So yeah, the quiz is there, but I don't need that.
Go to shared screen and
Okay.
share my video links here.
Very
Okay,
good.
that comes in. There's that guy, and there's the
Now should be able to go forward. And not only can you start placing all of the sustainability
Alright, so now if I
technologies
want
and
to
ideas
record
that
this
we're recording with
session,
this, we all were prepared in the late 90s, early 2000s. We'll be able to do something courses like this. Again, 2020, we're there.
it always wants to do that, but mostly recording,
This
shared screen recording
that I was
video.
recording everything about, what it's about, hungry for what's called
Let's see what happens. Okay, now this is really cool because I've got me in there. Oh, it went away. That's weird. So maybe I need to load this in again. In a new recording. So if I go to device storage and I load this, stop delivering that, go to recording.
Go to shared screen and
Oh, it's still going. It is recording.
here.
Alright, so if it's recording, this is me going around and showing how to blow stuff up.
And not only can you start placing all of the sustainability technologies and ideas
The Martian guy ought to come in here.
late 90s,
Where am I, the Martian? Okay, he's there, and I'm walking around with him. We're walking around, and the Dimitrodon is there, and I can zoom around to the helicopter. I get my head chopped off. Up here. These guys are all over there. This is pretty cool. So this is now a recording. Played in any world I like. So if I then stop the recording, and
He was watching a movie.
can't get this thing to click. There, okay. So, recording. Stop the recording. All right, stop the recording. Save the recording. Now, let's see what happens. So this is my whole blunder through this, me learning. New recording is the one. But if I go to a different world, if I go to back to that, or any world, doesn't matter where. Let's see. Let's see if we went to a beach back here at the end. Go to a tropical island. And let's see.
It's way better than last time. Every time.
So this is more promising than Alt Space VR or Horizons Worlds. I can see now why this is going to be our preferred option to build the Patel College of Global Sustainability and Rosebud Continuum for our sustainability program. So these are, in Alt Space VR, the IFX are similar to the kits, and then the world is similar to the template. And I'm now going to use a template called Tropical Island, but the kits that we're going to use, there's the Tropical Island, the kit is going to be coming from a recording of content. So if I go to device storage, no, I don't want that. Actually, that'll just load that other thing. No, what I want to do is I want to load a recording and go to the device and get that new recording. And now the advanced playback would be removing others or having IFX only. I do want the avatars. I want the recorded media. I think I want everything actually. Play at current location. Yeah. So when I confirm that, oh no, it took me to the Martian surface, but I didn't want the Martian surface. But this is like me interacting with this. Alright, that is weird. It took me to the Martian surface. Everything's coming in.
Okay, now this is really cool because I've got me in there. Oh, it went away.
Well, that was me walking around
Maybe I need to load
on the Martian surface. So that's not good.
in the new recording. So if I go to device storage and I load this, stop plugging that, go to recording.
So it didn't do what I wanted to. Hold on, I'm not ready to stop this yet.
Alright, so if it's recording,
Olympia test.
this is me going around
What
and showing
happens
how
if
to pull stuff up.
Ready.
Hmm?
Keep saying you're not ready.
I'm not ready, but I'll be done in a second. So I still haven't figured out the limitations. I think I messed something up, and the battery is running low, so I don't know what to do here. No, somebody unplugged it. That's why.
Boogie, boogie.
So the recording is started. We are to go to shared screen and share my video links here.
Very good.
Two.
Alright,
So this is me
I
walking
should
around
go forward.
and seeing myself playing.
And not only can you start placing all of the sustainability technology
doesn't help with
ideas in this. We all were prepared in the late 90s, early 2000s. One day we'll be able to teach these courses like this. And here in 2020, we're there.
No recorded
We've
IFS
got moons
original
of Jupiter.
outfits. No
We've
recorded
gone
toggles.
undersea to look at plastics and
Spatial audio.
recording
Hard
turtles
avatar.
getting entangled. Humans are hungry for
Play in current location. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, this is really nice. I've got
Oh,
moons
that's
in there.
cool.
So that's good. Maybe I need to load recording that, load this in again. Those experience real
But you can't get out and see it.
understand concepts and use that device storage. I can stop the recording, load this.
Alright, so what I should have done, is gone to the desert island.
Nothing up. Oh, no, it is recording. Alright.
Dude, dude. This is a cool train.
Okay, so if I understand this right, you have to play it in the original location. So I'm on this tropical beach here, and I hit escape, and I go to the recording, and I go to device, and I go to that new recording,
Okay.
and
I put you on
I do that?
TH's phone because I may need to
new
take
recording,
mine.
load, advanced playback, and then say play in current location and place. Alright, that's what I should have done. There we go.
Okay, this is really cool because I've got me in there. Oh, it went away.
But there should be other objects.
So maybe I need to load
I don't see them.
this in again. In the new recording. So if I go to device storage and I load this, stop plugging that, go to recording. Oh, no, it is recording. Alright, so if it's recording,
Alright, so there's still a bunch to learn, but
this is me going around and showing how
it's
to
working.
pull stuff up.
Alright, that's about it for me. I think we're done, and we will get back to
At some
this
point,
later on.
the Martian guy will come in. And my
How do I get out of here? Again, this has been Luigi. Can't get the mouse to come up, and we say goodbye and end the session.
Maybe we'll tell
And
you to stay on after we
yeah,
come back.
so let's
But
see.
here is 9 and T8.
See if we can get OBS Studio to come up. Hi, Mom. Let me just finish this recording, and we're done.